Did you know Islam was in America prior to Christianity and the Christian Crusades and colonization? Yet again, another part of history they don't tell you about. First, let's go to the war with Mexico. Let's see what Mr. J.W. Jones had to say. The scepter of the ancient Aztecs has well nigh departed, and the hopes of the Mauritanian races have fled forever. And we know Mauritanian races mean the Moors. Exhausted and emaciated, Mexico is tottering upon the verge of utter subjugation. But if we go up prior, we can see that he was also talking about the spacious halls and the golden domes of the Montezumas. And what religious structures typically have domes on them made with gold? You tell me. So from there, let's go to this book. Book reference. Among rare objects from various parts of the world, it is mentioned as follows. Number 3, a Mexican headdress about 3 foot in height, composed of magnificent green feathers with golden-hued luster and of colored bands of feather work studded with small plates of gold. This specimen was termed in the inventory of 1596 a Moorish hat. And in speaking about another Moorish hat, the term Moorish, as here applied, can scarcely be regarded as a deceptive one, insomuch as Montezuma, the king of Tenochtitlan and Mexico, is subsequently designated as a Moorish king in the same inventory of 1596. It is interesting to note the gradual changes that occur in the wording of the subsequent periodical official registration of this Moorish hat. In 1613, its description was faithfully reproduced. In 1621, the word Indian was substituted for Moorish. But let's go to the next book, the Journal of American Folklore. In the chapter Language and Folk Usage of the Rio Grande Valley, from prayers in churches to prayers, ejaculation, pause because I had to look it up myself. Ejaculation in that sense means utterances and exclamations. And oaths in conversation is an easy transition. The most ordinary prayer of Mexican life is one of Moorish origin. Ojalá, or would to God, that is to say, would to Allah. The original of this is said to have been Inshallah, if God would. Book reference, The Conquistadors. Looked like somebody ejaculated on that. Now this particular book details several first-hand accounts that the conquistadors detailed in their writings when they came over here. This province of New Spain is for the most part thickly populated. It has large cities and towns on the plains as well as in the mountains, and the houses are built of masonry or mud and adobe and all have flat roofs. And ironically, the same style of housing that conquistador just wrote about is the same style of housing that was used in Al-Andalus. But check this part out. The people used to have very beautiful mosques with large towers and chambers where they honored their idols and made sacrifices to them, and many other cities were more orderly than ours, with very handsome streets and squares where they had marketplaces. Now, does any of that sound like savages to you? And that's just a little bit that shows how Islam was part of Americas before colonization. Peace.